of the population. Black people are only 13% of the population, yet they commit 55% of the murders. Why?
Because black people tend to be in lower economic statuses because of
Okay, no, this
CRT.
is fine. This is great.
Basically,
so you think that poverty equals crime?
I think that it's highly correlated, and there's a lot of studies
this is where
on
we
that.
disagree. What an insult to the working poor
So
of this country.
why do you think black people commit more crimes?
Well, first of all, let me ask you a question.
No, answer it. Go on.
What percentage of blacks have a father around when they're raised?
I'm not sure.
20%.
So that's why
80% of blacks do not have a stable father around. That is the most predictable way to end up in prison, end up as a murderer or a criminal.
And
it's not a racism problem. It's not a white supremacy problem. It's a fact that black fathers impregnate women and they don't stay around with the women that they have impregnated.
Charlie Kirk, do you think that happens more in the black community compared to others?
It's threefold. Number one, we subsidize single motherhood. Number two, it's culture. It's accepted in the black community.
And why, Charlie Kirk, do you think that happens more in the black community compared to others?
It's threefold. Number one, we subsidize single motherhood.
If your dad is too far in your life, and I know they promote the Steph Curry shit, but they don't pick people whose fathers are too much in their life, you know, because do cocaine, they go to the bathroom, they don't like me because I don't do cocaine and shit, you know. So it's like they probably see like, oh, this nigga got the spirit of his dad. He not gonna be controlled or moved by money. It's like when people go to the league, it's do cocaine, they go to the bathroom, they don't like me because I don't do cocaine and shit, you know. So it's like they probably see like, oh, this nigga got the spirit of his dad. He not gonna be controlled or moved by money. It's like when people go to the league, if your dad is too far in your life, and I know they promote the Steph Curry shit, but they don't pick people whose fathers are too much in their life, you know, because they're less controllable. Because the thing about a woman is a caretaker, so they're gonna be like more controlled by the idea of having food on their plate now. Yeah. So if you do the welfare system, take the fathers out their home, and then give welfare, especially if you got 5 kids in the home. Now the welfare is in control. Now Instagram is in control. Now TikTok is in control. And then give welfare, especially if you got 5 kids in the home. Now the welfare is in control. Now Instagram is in control. Now TikTok is in control. Now Reddit is in control. Now Snapchat is in control. Now just the idea of likes and all that it has a certain amount of control. Right. And you get the kings and the chiefs and all that, you try to tear down their reputation. You try to come and take them, lock them up. Anybody who ain't play by the rules or play by the game or whatever, you know, say, right.
And when you say he wasn't invited,
you try to come and take them, lock them up. Anybody who ain't play by the rules or play by the game or whatever, you know, say, right.
And when you
Shalom Yasharala, all praises and glory goes to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Hashem Rakak, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutations unto the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai in sincerity and truth with this great gospel coming out of our Bible. Man. And let's get this verse first. Psalms 83 and 2, for lo, mine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head, have lifted up the head. They have what? They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against the hidden ones. These devils took crafty counsel against who? The children of Israel. What did they do? They removed the father out the house. Right? They removed the father out the house. They cut you off from being a nation. Right? Divide and conquer. One of the things they did when they brought you off them slave ships, once they invaded your lands and took you over, what they separated your families. That way the spirit of love disappeared. Right now you got a a so-called Negro Hispanic house where it's a bunch of single mothers. And you got these children, they're being raised by these thoughts, these whores, right? These proud bitches, these Jesus Christ worshiping hoes, idol worshiping hoes, witches, right? These women got demonic spirits upon them, right? That's why the Lord killing to me of these hookers. It says, we don't need you, right? Because for each one of these fucking kids, she's getting a check from the government, child support, alimony, whatever, right? These bitches done made a business out of having babies. I'm reading, it says Psalms 83:2, it says, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against the hidden ones. One thing you gotta realize, this devil's reading the Bible, right? In 1 Corinthians, it tells you 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of a Mashiach is the Most High, right? So there's a order. Right? So what did the devil say, man? We gotta divide and conquer, remove the men from the house. Right, we're gonna put the women in control, and guess what? We're gonna pay for her to be in control. We're gonna fund her lifestyle. We're gonna provide food for the babies in the form of food stamps. We're gonna provide shelter in the form of Section 8, as long as that man is not in the house. Right? They said, let's cut off the head of the snake. They're looking at us like a snake. You cut off the head of the snake. Who's the head of the house? The husband. Right? You don't cut the husband off, now there's no connection to the Lord. There's no connection to the Mashiach. There's no connection to the Heavenly Father. Now you got a single mother, right? You got this single motherfucker raising children, right? Look at the picture, 1950s. You got a strong black house, so-called black house, Negro house, colored house, Israelite house. Right? Black man in control of his family, children in order, children dressed up, correct, girls is covered, right? You fast forward to 2023, but you got a bunch of thoughts and hoes pregnant, boyfriends in jail and dead, incarcerated, on drugs. But you about to have a bunch of fucked up ass kids. Look at the different look on their faces from back then. They're smiling. Look at how happy family is, and now you got these bugged out children, right? These kids be fucked up. And it's all set, divide and conquer by these elites, these Illuminati motherfuckers, right? It says, come, let us deal wisely with, let's read that again, my favorite. They have taken crafty counsel back at Psalms 83. Let's start at 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. Yeah, you can't be a people if you don't have a head of the house to rule over the people. They, like he said, you done got rid of the chief, right? You done got rid of the ruler of the house, and there's no order in the house now, right? Because the woman don't know how to rule. The woman was not programmed to be in power, to be in rulership. She was programmed to be guided by her husband. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consult. They are confederate against thee. Yeah, these people, the white boy talking about, oh yeah, a black man always leaving. Yeah, you know why the fuck the so-called black house is messed up. You know why the black family is messed up and the Hispanic family, Native American family is messed up, nigga, because you're the ones promoting it. You're the ones who set up the system for it to be messed up, right? This is the book of Isaiah 3:2. As for my people, children are their oppressors. Who's oppressing us? This punk ass Edomite, these heathen nations, right? It says, and the women rule over them, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of the path. So I'm gonna read that again. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them, right? You got women ruling over you, right? The father should be ruling over the house, not the mother. That's why the mother, she's teaching her daughter to be a whore, a slut, right? She's teaching her daughter to sell her body, be a hooker for money. That's the spirit of these black, Mexican, and Latino bitches. These some of the most filthy hoes. That's why they got that stench. They smell like a used condom. It says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. And this devil knows that. You cut the head off the snake, right? You cut the head off the animal, and guess what? The body ain't doing nothing. The mother ain't going nowhere. She ain't gonna do shit. She's just gonna do whatever the system tell her to do. Whatever the system tell her to do.